Never happened before.
This call is now being recorded.
Okay, this call is being recorded. Okay, never mind. I just try to continue the lesson for today lah. Okay, right. Okay, so are you ready, class? Maybe I will start the class for today. And can you give me 1 minute?
Okay.
Slow. Apa ni? See? My screen presentation disappear again. What happened? What happening here? What is this emoji? What happened lah? I present my screen, but suddenly disappear. What is happening? Zoom coder? What is Zoom coder? Wait, class, Application, auto admit, dwellers. No extension. What happened? No. I didn't install any plugin. What is happening here? Application for main extension. What happening here? Stop presenting. Hey, what is happening here? I want to present entire screen. Very bad connection. The screen is not smooth, Very bad, the internet connection for today. The screen is not smooth at all. Wow, so bad today. Why CPU takes so many memory? What happened? What's happening? entire screen. Okay, class, can you hear me again? Can you hear me, class? Are you there? Okay, never mind. Okay, I just continue. I want to continue the discussion for today. So, um, okay, so we're still in subtopic 6.3. 6.3, we are learning about compound. Okay, you still remember what is compound? Okay, still in the chapter 6, periodic table. If you still remember, 6.1, we already learned about the periodic table, the classification of element. Make sure you understand what is the element, and then what are the atom, what are the molecule, what are the mixture and compound. Okay, 6.2, you learn about mixture, and then 6.3 is the last subtopic for chapter number 6. We learn about compound. Okay, for chapter 6.3, there is you must understand the what we call the definition of compound. Okay, two or more element or compound that mixed together chemically or physically. Compound mixed together. What for compound? Like here, compound. We learn about compound. Okay, again definition. Class definition. Okay, two or more what element or compound mix, or we call combine. Okay, chemically. You still remember? Okay, chemically meaning that the element or the molecule or the compound that combines together, your what we call create a very strong bond. Okay, mixture means physically. Mix physically. For example, water compound and salt compound. When you mix it, when you put the salt inside the water, and then the salt dissolve in the water, we call it a mixture. We cannot call it a compound because the compound of the salt and the compound of the water does not bond chemically. And then we can separate we're able to separate the compound and element. Okay, so today topic is the method to separate the compound. Like the mixture, compound also able to be separated. Okay, for example, you still remember the water compound? Still remember water compound? So what is the compound of water consists of what? This one. You still remember? The compound of water is consists of what we call, this is water, water. Okay, this is water. The compound of water is consists of hydrogen and oxygen. Right. This is what we call combine. We call it combine because the two elements here combine chemically. If you can draw the diagram of atom, the diagram of the molecule or the compound here, we can see that the hydrogen is bond, the two hydrogen atoms bond together with the one atom of oxygen. This is what we call a compound. And then the compound of water, we call it H2O. Okay, can you understand this? Can you understand the compound? Class? Yeah. Okay, all right, good. So the question right now is, if I have a compound of water, you know that water is consists of hydrogen and oxygen. And then if I can draw again the atom of hydrogen, we have H2O. Okay, H2O meaning that we have one oxygen, one atom of oxygen, and then two atom of hydrogen. So, can we able to separate the compound to its element, meaning that we want to separate the hydrogen, we want to what we call break the bond, break the bond between hydrogen and oxygen right here. Able to do, can we break the bond? Break the bond, or can we able to separate it into element? Separate into element. Can or cannot? Can we separate this? We want to remove the hydrogen, and then we want to take only the what we call oxygen. Is it able? Able or not able to separate the compound?
Yes.
Yes, we able. Okay. Like mixture, we are able to separate the compound. Okay. But in Form 1, there is only one method. Actually, there are many more than one method. But for Form 1, if you look back at the textbook, the method that we able to separate the element inside the compound is what we call by electrolysis. Okay, this is electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis of water, meaning that, for example, here, I will show you the diagram here. These are the setup of electrolysis. This is the setup of electrolysis. Okay, inside the beaker here, we have water. Water is an example of compound. Okay, when we put two conductor inside the water, all right. If I can draw the, okay, for example, we have two what we call conductor or carbon rod. Okay, we just put inside the water, and then we connect the rod, we connect the carbon rod here with battery, because battery or dry cell here will provide the what? It will provide the electricity. Okay, it will provide the electricity. That's why the process known as electrolysis. Electrolysis. Because it use what? It use electric. It use electric. Okay. And then here, connect it with negative lah. The longer symbol of battery here meaning positive, and then the shorter symbol here is negative. Okay, and then you connect the what we call the battery here to the carbon rod here, and when you switch on the power, okay, there will be bubble coming out from the rod. There will be bubble coming out from the rod. And then if you leave it for about 10 minutes or 20 minutes, okay, the bubble is actually the gas produced from the water. Okay, meaning that we will able to separate the element of water, because water element is the element inside the water is H2O. Okay, because we have two atoms of hydrogen, and then we have only one atom of oxygen. Okay, maybe after 10 minutes, you will collect enough gas the oxygen gas on the positive side of the electricity or the anode, and then the negative side here will collect the hydrogen gases. Okay, this is what we call the separation of element inside a compound. One example, only one example here. Okay, so if the people ask you what are the methods, what are the ways to separate the compound into element, the method is what we call by electrolysis. Electrolysis of water. Okay? Can you understand me, Islam? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you understand this. There is what we call activity we need to do. Maybe we can try to do in the school, but that is later on lah. I will try to find the video for you to see the example of electrolysis of water, or you can do the search, Google search for yourself. You just write there, the keyword is electrolysis of water. Okay, you'll be able to understand this, right? So one is oxygen. The rod connecting to the positive side of the battery will produce oxygen, and then the rod connecting to the negative side of the battery will produce hydrogen. Okay, we can test both what we call oxygen and hydrogen by a very simple test. Test for oxygen and test for hydrogen, but that is later. Okay, class. The important thing here, you learn that compound can be separated. Okay, compound can be separated into element. For example, if you want to separate the element inside the water, because water consists of H2O. Okay, consists of H2O. H is hydrogen, O is oxygen. Then after electrolysis of water, you'll be able to separate it into one oxygen and number two is hydrogen. No problem here. Okay, class? It's okay? Right. Okay, next one. I think you can mute the... Okay, everyone is here. All right. Okay. Next one is the physical change and chemical change. What is the difference between physical and chemical change? I just read it for you. The difference between physical and chemical change is physical change does not form a new substance. You must remember that. Physical change. For example, one example I show you before this, when we mix salt with water. Can you still remember salt with water? You remember, right? Kan Ying Ying, Ying Ying, Seven. You still remember? Yeah, okay. When we mix salt with water, does it form new substance? Where is it? I think I already got the...
No.
Okay. Okay. It will not form a new substance, yeah? When we mix one compound, when you put salt or when you put sugar inside the water, you put sugar inside the water and then you mix it up, it will not produce a new substance. It's still called sugar, right? But when you put sugar inside the water, it just becomes a sugar solution. That's all. It will not form a new substance. Okay? When you put water and sugar, it will call sugar solution. It will not be called salt or other substance. This is what we call by a physical changes. And then, if you already mix the water with the sugar, can you separate the sugar and water back again? Can or cannot?
Can.
Can, yes, very good. Can. We also can, after we mix the sugar with water, we are able to separate it again. Okay? Can you, anyone can give me one of the methods we want to separate the sugar or the salt inside the water? What are the methods? You still remember 6.2 mixture? There are 7 methods, right? There are 7 methods of separating the mixture. What are the best way to separate the water and salt? What is the process? Anybody? It starts from D. What are the methods? Do you remember?
Distillation.
Yes, very, very good. Distillation. You still remember distillation? You can go back at the back textbook and then you just or watch my video before this. Okay, distillation is the best method to separate the mixture. And after distillation, there will become salt, and then there will become water again. Okay, example of physical changes: ice melting, water freezing, and water boiling. You melt the water, it's still water. you melt the ice. Sorry, you melt the ice, it still become water. You freeze the water, it's still water, but it is called ice. You boil the water, it still become water. Okay, it will not change into another substance. This is what we call a physical changes. So what is chemical changes? Number 2, chemical changes form a new substance that is different from the original substance, and then you cannot reverse it back. This is chemical changes. For example, what if you try to fry an egg, right? Kita cuba goreng telur, kan? You try to fry an egg, you try to boil the eggs, for example, and then it will become a new substance. You cannot turn it back to the original state, of the substance. And this is what we call by chemical changes. Example, rusting of iron, photosynthesis, decaying of leaf, and cell respiration. Okay? We cannot change it back into original state. This is chemical changes. Once it become changed, it will be like that forever. Okay, this is chemical change, right? Is it okay, class? Okay, I will try to finish chapter 6 today. Only a small, short topic left. All right. So, and then next one is the what we call comparison between physical change and chemical change. If you take the word comparison, comparison means similarity and difference. This is what we call by comparison. Comparison means comparison, we must have the differences, and you also are able to know the similarity. Okay, the first comparison, the similarities. What is the similarities between physical change and chemical change? Number 1 is it's occur to matter, and then number 2, it needs energy. Okay, can you identify the red circle over here at the middle, number 1 and number 2? These are the similarity between physical and chemical change, right? Occurs to matter, number 1, and then number 2, it needs energy. Okay, so what are the difference between physical and chemical? You just look at the yellow circle on the left and on the right. Okay, physical changes first. Okay, physical changes, it will not form a new substance, whereas the chemical changes will form a new substance. So this is the difference. Okay, can you understand how to read the chart over here? How to read the mind map over here? Okay, physical changes, it will not form a substance. Chemical change, it will change new. It will create or forms new substances. Okay, so next one, number 2. This is A. This is A, and then this is B. All right. Physical changes, the properties of the substance remain the same. The properties of the substance will remain the same. It will remain the same. Okay. Chemical changes, the properties of the substance are not the same. Okay. And then number C. For physical changes, the chemical composition of the substance remain the same. But the difference in chemical changes, the substance and product have different chemical composition. Okay, and then for D, physical changes need less energy. For chemical changes, it needs more energy. Okay, can you understand what is the difference? Comparison. Comparison mean what, class? Comparison means you need to state the similarity and then the difference between two factors, two changes. Okay, the similarity and the difference between these two changes. Okay, any question? Okay, all right, good. Next one, the last topic for today, differences between mixture and compound. This is very easy. You already learned about mixture, and then you will also already learn about the compound. Okay, then now is you try to find the differences between the mixture and compound over here. Okay, by analyzing 4 characteristics. Okay, what is the first characteristic? The first characteristic is formation of the new substance. Mixture, we will not create new substance, and then compound, yes, it will create new substance. What is the characteristic number 2? Chemical bond. Chemical bond. You really still remember what is the chemical bond? For example, for the compound of water, water is H2O. The formula of water is H2O, right? If I can try to draw the diagram or the symbol of the compound is H in the middle, O in the middle. Okay. O, and then at the left and right of the symbol or the picture, we have hydrogen. Right? This is H2O. So this is what we call a bond. B-O-N-D. This is what we call a bond. It will stick together. Right? This is just a diagram lah. There are many type of diagram, but I will show you this to show you what we call the compound here. Right? So mixture has no chemical bond, but in compound, yes, we have a chemical bond. This is what we call a bond. Okay? If I try to draw like this class, one is, if you still remember, this is H2O. Okay, I will try to draw another thing. Okay, again. Okay, again. This is H2O. Okay, this is water. Okay, this is water. Okay, and then this is salt. Salt is sodium chloride. Mixed together inside a big container. Mixed together inside a big container. Okay. This is a mixture of compound. This is water. This is H2O water. This is water. Compound. And then this is salt. Mixture or compound?
Mixture.
Yes, mixture. Very good. Okay. So what is called bond? Bond here. There is no bond here. There is no bond over here. Meaning that there is no connection. You cannot between hydrogen. For example, here between hydrogen here and then the sodium here, there is no bond. So it is called mixture. Okay, it will call mixture. But maybe there is a process when you try to combine the compound into what we call it will the new substance. It will combine the element, so it will combine. This is not bond. It just mix around. This is bond. If you look at the diagram, it sticks together, right? This one. This is a bond. The X, the X1, the picture I draw the X1. Okay, this is what we call the bond. What kind of bond? This is what we call a chemical bond. Yeah, chemical bond. Do you understand this? Do you understand this class? Make sure you understand. Right. So back to the textbook. Chemical bond, no for mixture, and then for compound, yes. Separate number 3, separation method, physical, and then compound, chemical. And then number 4, properties of the new substance compared to the original, same substance for mixture, and then for compound we have different substance. Okay, is it okay, class? Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, good. So we finished the chapter 6 today. I will give you the exercise, maybe the discussion later. Right? So if you have any question, you can always ask me in our Telegram group. Okay? I think we can end the class here, class. So we see you all again on Friday. Friday. Friday is what? Okay, on Friday. Yes, sorry. Okay, so we end the class here. See you all again on Friday. Okay, class. Uh, thank you very much for your cooperation and understanding. I will try to figure out what happened to the Google Meet. Okay, maybe new update. I haven't noticed. Never mind. See you all on Friday. You can leave the class right now. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Bye bye. Can you see me? You cannot see me. Okay, you can see me. Hear my voice. Okay, bye bye.